I'm going to share four podcasts with you which are going to help you to stay motivated. If you have lost the motivation of sort of like, as they say, like if you're in a low point, if you are at a low point of your life, then this will help you pick yourself back up again, get back to your routine or something like that, and get disciplined. Right. The first podcast which I'm going to mention is there's a podcast of Sunil Chetri with Raj Shamani. All right. So they have talked a lot about football and everything that's around it. Uh, I would not get too much into the details because then it will lose the point of you watching the podcast. By the way, this video is not sponsored. I've not got any sort of money from anybody to talk about this. I just want to share these podcasts so that like if anybody is on the lookout for a good lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, as far as eating is concerned, as far as the habits are concerned, and all of that. So one could refer these podcasts, right? So to give you a little bit nuances and details about what is something that they are talking about is how to stay disciplined. First of all, the foremost thing which I really found appealing in that podcast was that they are actually talking about like how to develop a great discipline. uh, okay, so I won't talk too much about it. You can go and watch that podcast to understand more how to stay away from certain bad habits, right? Like eating junk and all of that. So, yeah, uh, that would be it. I won't talk more than this because, um see, I have told you like what they are actually talking about. But when you will actually listen to that podcast, or when you will actually pause that podcast, you will be sort of picking up the mental clarity, the set of thoughts which the speaker wants to kind of put out, right? So, for the better understanding and for greater clarity and like to develop that mindset, you can watch that podcast. Sunil Chetri and Rajamani. Right. Second one which I want to share is there is one podcast of Kobe Bryant with Lewis House. Right. They are talking about how you can be really passionate about what you do. Be it a job, be it something which you really like Kobe Bryant is a basketball and NBA player, or was, with all due respect. So uh, when he's on that podcast, he's talking so passionately about like what how he used to stay disciplined, like how he used to be obsessed over that sport, right? And from that podcast, what I also understood is that like how his uh, mentality, how his basically thought process, as he was so obsessed, he used to do things or he used to pursue uh, his goal very differently. His approach was there are so many players in that NBA, right? But it's all about how obsessively and how differently you kind of have the approach towards that goal, right? His timetables and schedules, his habits, his choices were very much different from the other players. For example, it's pretty much known, right, to be at the top, or basically if you have to be one of the top athletes, you have to cut down on your parties and etc. All of that, right? It's not like you do not get to have fun. You do. It's just that you will reduce, or you will basically get your fun levels or party and whatnot to almost a negligible state or of sorts. And these are those people, who do not sort of would even have remorse over it. It's perhaps they are basically they have chosen a career which they enjoy, right? So, and there's a process. So I won't talk more about this than I have already. So please go and watch that podcast. It's really nice for a greater mentality. They are talking about Mamba mentality and all of that. So yeah, that is one. Then comes one more podcast, which is between John Abraham and Beer Biceps, right? So this podcast specifically is not something which the top two or the podcast which I just mentioned, which is of Sunil Chhetri and Kobe Bryant. This is more of like about how you can create a good value system. If you want to brainwash yourself positively, have inculcate some good values, have some good thoughts, instill some more positivity in your life, then you can watch this podcast of John Abraham and Beer Biceps. Right. There are actually two podcasts uh, of John Abraham with Beer Biceps. The one which I am talking about was released on 8th of August, perhaps in 2024, and he's wearing black in that podcast, right? So watch that one. I'll recheck the date for you. Yeah, it's 8th August 2024, correct. And the next podcast which I want to mention is again with the Beer Biceps and Saket Gokhale. Okay, this is for again for the people who want to sort of rewire their brain into a positive loop. Like let's say for example, if you are very much deviated from your good and positive track, which is like following a good schedule, good timetable, you're living a healthy life, sort of. So if you're sort of distracted from it, you can watch that podcast. It again helps you develop a warrior mentality, right? It sort of is talking about how what sort of lifestyle the Gen Z is having, etc. And uh, many more such things, kind of, even to give you a bit understanding about or what Saket Gokhale is. He's also a YouTuber blogger, as far as I know. If he has something besides this, then I don't know. On YouTube, basically, he shares his fitness videos. He also vlogs, not just about his fitness, like perhaps his daily routine, what he's usually doing on a day-to-day basis, all of that. But I've also understood that he's fond of the Japan country or Japan nation as well. So that's what that's what a little bit of description would be of Saket Gokhale. So if you want to understand like how fierce you could be towards your goals as a personality as well, so you can watch this podcast. This and again, there are two podcasts of Saket Gokhale with Beer Biceps. The one which I am talking about was basically it was released in January 2025, January 2025 on YouTube channel. So all these podcasts are available on YouTube, so you can watch them. If you want to rewire your brain and move towards your goal with a good discipline, make notes of about all of it, whatever you have learned positively and which has moved you strongly, right? So yeah, so basically this video was purely about to share uh, some podcasts which will help your schedule get back together, which will motivate you, which will help you inculcate discipline again in your life if you have lost it. So yeah, that's what it is all about. That's what this video is about basically.